Okay.
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
We've got a early edition of Girl Chat Sports with Mo
Yes.
and Mel. So if you are tuning in, please share and give us your feedback, as well as if you catch the tail end of it, you can always rewatch it. We'll make sure it's posted later. Subscribe to the YouTube.
Yes.
We're doing a little blitz today. I like that you use that word because
It's football term. You gotta use
it's
it.
football term,
Yeah.
and it's the Seahawks mascot.
Oh wow. Now that I didn't know. That I didn't know.
So it is our Girl Chat Sports Blitz show. We're going to try and keep this into 30 minutes. Mo's got some stuff to do. We're having busy days. We didn't want to transfer over to tomorrow because it is a huge day for the Aces again tomorrow. So we want to make sure that we can be there and all of you guys can be there. We'll get to the Aces in a little bit. But we wanted to start off. I wanted to start off the show with this team of mine, these Mariners boys. So we just also beat the Yankees today.
Oh, good.
All right. Yes. So this is the first. Thanks to shout out to my mom because she provided me this little detail that she heard after the game. This is the first time we've swept the Yankees in 20 years.
Wow.
Or I'm sorry, won a series. This is the first time we won a series against the Yankees in 20 years.
Wow.
I'm thinking 20 years. We haven't been in playoffs in like 22. Maybe that means this is our time for the playoffs.
I think so. I feel like you guys are going to be a Cinderella team. I really do. To go 13 innings with no scoring against the Yankees and then finally a walk-off. Oh, my God.
And it's the first time because, my mom, she caught it because they had an overtime game, I think, on Sunday too, or was it against the Angels? I can't remember. But she was like, "Why is somebody on second?" And I'm like, "Mom, there was a new rule a couple years ago where over in extra innings, they get a player on second base. So this is the first time that it's gone to 13 innings and had no hits since that rule was initiated back in 2020.
Wow.
Is crazy.
It's crazy.
Insane. I know.
I know you were watching it. Like, how are you feeling? Were you like, oh my God, when is this going to end?
I was stressed because it's stressful to watch. And I'm texting my mom back and forth, because she's giving me play-by-plays. And I'm like, Mom, I can watch it. I was able to watch last night's game. Today's game wasn't on TV, but it was on MLB Network yesterday. So I got to watch the whole thing. Gotcha. I'm literally in bed because I'm trying to go to bed earlier too. So I'm in bed. It's 11 o'clock and now we're into the 12th and then the 13th. And it was just insane. So I just wanted to show kind of some of the reasons why there was a big issue with the Yankees guys running the base yesterday. I'm not sure what was going through their minds, but for always having, they at times had, two guys on base, if not the free runner on base, and they couldn't get them in. And at one point they only had two batters up in those two innings because of the faults they were doing in their races. So I wanted to show a little bit, one episode of their issues with running.
Okay.
Snare. What a play by Brash. Runs down Trevino. Crawford's got it now. Suarez now playing second. Here it comes. In between. Kiner Falefa running in circles. He's out of the base path. It's another double play.
I love it. Then they had gotten into a little game of pickle too in one of the innings.
Yeah.
One of the Yankees. Yeah.
That was the other one time. There was two of them. It was like back to back. It was intense. It was great to watch. It was great to see.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed it myself. So that was good. And then there was also, this was the key to the win that night. So it was just, shout out to Luis Torrens, man. You can't end a game better than this.
0-2 coming. And you're right field. It is it. It is it. The Mariners win it. The first run is the only run in an instant classic. It's the game of the year. Luis Torrens, a pinch hit walk-off base hit in the 13th.
I mean, that's huge. That's really huge to walk off. I mean, it's a big deal. I feel like Yankee fans, what y'all thinking? How y'all feeling about that? Because that ain't good.
Listen, the Yankee fans but of course the Yankees are just like, yeah, we're still like at 70-some wins. We're top of the league, but it just shows that they can be beaten. And they can be beaten.
They can be beaten. Yeah, they'd be at the top of the league. They ain't the number one in the league. We know who the number one sits. They ain't ready for that action.
We know your Dodgers
ready
are
for
in
my
there.
boys in blue in that action.
And they took down those Padres, and boy, those Padres fans were mad.
Oh,
the fight they were having was intense. I couldn't believe it.
That's a Jugadores Locos. I went on YouTube and watched that, and I was like, I already know they was gonna be fighting. San Diego, LA County, East LA, they gonna fight.
Man,
and it was a real fight. Like it was.
There was one fight when they got dragged down the stairs. Those were the seats I was sitting at when I was in San Diego at the Padres game. It was those same seats. And when I tell you, the Padres fan base is fairly all pretty young. Like they're all, I feel like everybody that I encountered with was like in their 20s or 30s. Like they're all super young. They're just out there to party, to drink, have fun. And then these kind of things happen.
Yeah.
So
got those shenanigans. Interesting.
So much of the shenanigans.
It's gonna do what it does. We know this. There's a little slight rivalry there.
Right.
Yeah.
So another little hot topic that kind of got swept up a little bit, but Aaron Rodgers. So he was on a podcast and reported that he had taken, back when he went to Peru in 2020, he had taken Ayahuasca. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah,
I have a girlfriend.
How you pronounce that.
I have a girlfriend in Costa Rica who actually did one of those little retreats and did the ayahuasca.
So it's like a paella or something like that?
Similar. It's like a plant, but they make it into a beverage and you drink it and you basically like are hallucinating, and like whether you could be having pleasant ones or terrible ones, you could be throwing up, you're in sweating because you're in this hot like tent. It's like a whole thing. It's like a whole thing. But apparently for Mr. Rogers, it gave him deep, meaningful appreciation for life. And he came back and he knew that he was never going to be the same. And apparently this wasn't going to trigger anything on a drug test for substance abuse or PEDS. So I guess he's in the clear. It just sounded like, it's natural. It's an herb. I guess it's not.
If it's not on the banned substances list of their CBA,
I'm sure no one's ever really thinking about it either. No. Like, oh yeah. But yeah, he got off with that.
That's like, or is it peyote? Peyote. Yeah, peyote.
Peyote.
Same difference in peyote. Yeah.
Yeah, but peyote smoke, right?
No, you can induce that too. You throw up. You have hallucinations. The same thing. I think it's a different experience with. Okay. Not that I've done it, but I've had friends.
This one's just. Peyote. I guess it's big in South America. Like I said, I know a girlfriend that did it, and she, had to. People have good and bad trips, but apparently, even whether they're good or bad, you still have the same kind of like. Evolution of life and kind of how you're changing your ways and how you're seeing the light and where you're going in life. And so, hey, maybe that's how he won the MVP again last year.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of his name. Yeah, peyote. Yeah. You drink that. Yeah, you can drink that. Right. They do the same thing. I think that's more, where was my friend? She was in Peru when she had that.
Okay.
So they did that.
Yeah. So yeah, that's right. So we're going to get into Marshawn, and I have a hard time putting him in Jugadores Locos because I just don't feel, some of the things he does is just funny and hilarious.
But that is a Jugadores Locos.
But it is a Jugadores Locos. He is. Yeah. So we're talking about Marshawn Lynch, of course. The middle picture's his mugshot. Now.
He blinked.
It was a good blink. It was a long blink. Yeah.
That's probably the best blink I've ever seen. But I've blinked in photos that kind of look like that. Like, no, take it again.
Yeah. I get it. He could have blinked.
That's the best DUI mugshot I've ever seen in my life.
So I want to get your perspective because I had to ask you this because you're my kind of downtown Main Street kind of girl that knows the areas pretty well. I know some of the area off of like the Stratosphere because I have clients that are kind of down that Naked City area. So his car was stopped. He apparently had stopped from an ongoer, had seen him stopped about 5:30 in the morning on Tuesday, and that he was. He even got out the car, was sitting on the curb and whatnot. But police came at 7:30, and he was over near Wyoming and Las Vegas Boulevard, which is Fairfield in West Utah. Now, if you know Vegas and downtown or Naked City, like that's where all the state named streets are, is right there by Stratosphere.
Yeah.
So that's where you're looking at. But I had to ask you because I was like, well, where would he could be coming from in that area?
I only can speculate. It's Dino's is on Las Vegas Boulevard, kind of near there. You got Peppermint Rhino, which is the original Olympic Gardens. That's
the Spearmint.
It's not the spearmint rhino. It's peppermint hippo, which is
peppermint hippo.
Yeah, it's the old OGs. Yeah, they play off of spearmint rhino, so it's peppermint hippo. Funny. I mean, we can only speculate that that's where he's coming from, but no telling where he's coming from because it's Vegas.
I mean, all I know is it must have been a great Monday. He had a great Monday night.
He could have, yeah.
Because if you're out until 5:30, 7:30, not that none of us have ever been out that late because we have, you definitely had a good night. And
yeah, they said his tires was all jacked up and all this kind of
stuff. They said that his car was inoperable, that one tire was gone completely and another one was flat. Apparently he had been seen or observed hitting numerous curbs or medians, and then because of there being no tire, there was some, you could tell that there was damage just from a car traveling with no wheel. So he did get booked by city jail. I'm sure he's been released and stuff, but he will be facing DUI charges. Listen. The question is, how is this going to affect any of his future career possibilities? Because there was an article about he was being rumored to be working with Amazon as part of their Thursday night football program and doing pre and post game coverage. There's also reports that he'd be working with the Seattle Seahawks as a special correspondent and doing creative content projects and stuff regarding the team. So
I don't think it's going to do anything to affect his future.
I don't think so.
I think it's like anybody else that has.
Do you know I think here's the deal. It would have been a lot different if something happened, if there was an injury, if someone got hurt, if there was pedestrian. I feel like that might have been a difference. And luckily, and thank God that he was fine, and that people, nobody was hurt. People just either in the league, though, I don't think that's going to affect him.
We're talking about the NFL. We're talking about different businesses and stuff like that. This is his personal life, and sadly, it's and people were going off on Twitter because LVMPD had tweeted the breaking news about him getting arrested. And people were going in. It's okay, so you're going to post about him and tweet about him.
But not everybody else?
Yes, exactly.
Because there were 4 deaths that day of pedestrians getting hit that same morning.
Yes.
And so they only want to concentrate on Marshawn.
Right. So that's why I think it's not going to affect him too much.
I don't think so, because everybody else, the league, the head, the people in corporate offices, I think everybody's had a DUI at some point in their life. And I feel like you can't judge that on one person. And the fact that, he just has a name. And
if team owners can get booked for their shenanigans, get arrested, do things. I mean, what is this? Has nothing to do with his jobs. Nothing. The only thing I am concerned about is when you reach that limit, please call a ride. Please call Uber if you can. Please try not to force yourself or rationalize your drunken thoughts thinking that you got it and you don't, because that's what impaired is. It's impairing your thought process. It's impairing your vision. It's impairing everything. So you're rationalizing your modus operandi. I think you could drive and you can't.
Right.
So Uber works, and I know he's one of those guys where he doesn't like, to talk too often, or he probably didn't want the Uber driver asking him multiple questions or something like that. But, if you got a team out here or support, call somebody just easily.
I know. And I think everybody, when that happens, is kind of in retrospect.
Yeah, in retrospect. Yeah, it's called. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's never during the time. Everybody thinks they have it when they're, everybody's in that mode. I'm good, I'm straight, I'm fine.
But it's lucky and it's a blessing that he didn't hurt himself or hurt anybody.
Or others.
That's what you don't want to do, because then that would have been a big deal. But I still think he blinked in that mugshot. Even though he looked very, so. I feel like he was a blink of the photo, honestly. And that's what people on Twitter were even saying. They were like, he blinked. Come on.
It had to be a blink. I mean,
blink photo. They got
it's just. Because we've seen him. I mean, you've seen him in, some of his own posts, him partying himself, and he's been lit and always been, been okay, it seems like. So I've never seen him just completely
go off
right out of it.
I don't know. I mean, you see, that's a different side. I mean, I was shocked to see it was him of all people, because I didn't think he was a drinker like that personally. I mean, I thought he was more on the green, but that's even also, you can't be too high to be driving.
He likes that Hennessy, I think. Too,
yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. See, I didn't know that.
You go brown, I heard it. I mean, I've never been a brown.
Go brown, you start to clown, honey. Start to act a fool. Yeah, the brown's never good for me. Yeah.
So luckily, and that's the reason why I had an issue with Jugadores Locos, so it wasn't necessarily, I feel like Jugadores Locos are people that are sometimes affecting other people. I don't feel like this one really affected anybody except for himself. But yes, it is a Jugadores. He still made a decision that wasn't the right one.
It was a stupid decision, yeah.
But on to another Jugadores, locos.
Yes.
Frank Gore.
Yeah, what's going on with this guy?
This guy, so first of all, he just retired last year. Okay, mind you, just retired, had a strong season or a strong career in the NFL. He was apparently arrested due to a domestic violence incident back in Atlantic City at the Tropicana back on July 31st. Apparently, he drug a naked woman across the hallway.
What?
Listen, there's not a whole lot of details. There were just reports of what the incident was. I guess when authorities showed up, there was a woman talking to the security desk. She didn't press any charges or file an actual report, but the police did an investigation. And I guess came to the conclusion that it was him. He was arrested. Charges were filed. He has court like in October. But what is that like a...
I don't get what happened.
Like, I don't even know how you get naked and be in a hallway, but that's...
I'm so confused as to what's going on right now.
I would feel like it's the Tropicana. They said it was like on the 50-something floor of the Tropicana. Like, do you have a video of him out there? I mean, there's got to be video in the hallways. No, in Atlantic City.
Oh, Atlantic City, Tropicana. Okay.
Yeah.
If I said the Tropicana here, that would make sense.
They don't got on the 56th floor here, though.
Right, but I'm so confused. Like, geez.
It's that I don't, like I said, I don't know. That was all, but that's enough to put you in the category. Sir.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely.
That's definitely crazy. For you.
That's definitely crazy.
Man, it is. So last night, the Las Vegas Aces had a great game against the Atlanta Dream. Listen, the Atlanta Dream ain't no joke. They started off terrible. Of course, they had a terrible season last year. They revamped the whole ownership and coaching staff. They're really linked into each other, and they look good. We had a couple bad, we had bad third quarter. Third quarter was terrible.
And that's usually not our quarter anyway, typically. Usually that is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was a tough, like there was, I think, 17 or 18 lead changes. It was tied probably 7 or 8 times throughout the game. So it was a battle back and forth. But I'm going to put together a few clips from last night.
Okay.
Just to share. Here we go.
Wow, what great
Did you see the tumble? Did you see all that?
I saw the tumble, but I saw that shot from Chelsea Gray on her back, baby. Like, that was dope. And so the fact that you got to sit or have our media situation was set up near Gucci Road, which Mark Davis never sits on that side, by the way.
Never.
And to have Governor Sisolak, the state of Nevada, and Darren Waller from the Las Vegas Raiders, our special tight end, all in that row like that, and to have that footage that you got, I mean, that was amazing, Mel.
Well, and to watch the reaction, like, listen, Governor Sisolak was invested in this game, and shout out to him. He retweeted one of our posts on Twitter.
Yeah, did you ever get a chance? Did he leave like immediately after the game? You weren't able to talk to him?
Honestly, I feel like I looked up to catch like the winning, smoke and whatever else they do, and it's like they were gone.
Yeah.
And because also shout out to Renee Montgomery, one of the partial owners of the Dream. She was also there, kind of in the cut. she was there, and I noticed her because she was like, on the other side of the court in the corner, and I was like, man, I really want to talk to her.
Yeah.
But game was over, she was out, but she was up cheering for her squad. She was, she was there supporting her team, which was great to see. I just wish she would have gotten some recognition for being there too, because you don't see owners traveling a lot with teams.
Absolutely.
And you also don't see, of course, women and Black women that are owners getting that recognition as well too. So it was dope to see her there. She was definitely into the game. The Dream gave him a run for sure.
Yeah, that gave him a game. Was there a lot of people in attendance?
There was over 5,000 people, and that sounded, the fans really showed up. They were loud. They had those, I forgot what they call those, the little white sticks they be, hitting together, the balloons. But it was good. And KB, Kirsten Bell, was put in, I want to say, like the end of the first for a little while. So Coach Hammond has kind of switched it up. She again stayed with Stokes in the starting five, and Dearica Hamby came off the bench. Dearica Hamby did get injured though in the second and returned. And I just saw the injury report for tomorrow's game. She's not going to be playing tomorrow. So we wish her well and hope things are okay with her.
Yeah, I hope so.
I know.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ms. Bondi. Thunder sticks. I'd be forgetting. I'm like, what are those things called? Thunder sticks.
Thunder sticks.
Yeah, but it was a great game. And shout out to Ms. Bondi. She was sitting next to me. I mean, it was a great game. We're both getting into it ourselves. But it was.
You can't help yourself. The Aces games go live.
You can't. They go live, and not to mention, so the Aces had just beat the Storm on Sunday as well. This was Sue Bird's final game, final regular season home. 18,000.
That's dope.
Shout out to my girl Gwen. She sent me this video of the audience now, mind you, there's 3 levels in Climate Pledge Arena.
Okay.
And if you look closely, you can see that there's not many seats that are open in this thing. So
Season game of the 2022 regular season. Stars, Blitz,
wow. Talk about a city stepping up.
Can you imagine T-Mobile being sold out for an Aces game like this? That's the amount of fans that were there.
Yeah.
Man. It was just, unfortunately, of course, we stole the thunder from that. I think during Sue's speech, she said that it sucks to lose my last home game here. But however, I did lose my first home game ever playing here too. So maybe it was just like an omen or something.
Yeah. Well, we got him on Sunday. Good. Let's see what she does.
We do. So definitely. So Thursday, we're only 1 game behind the Sky. We play Sky on Thursday, which is tomorrow, 7:00.
Right.
You guys be there. Show up. Be present for these.
Support these ladies. We need that
Let me
city
also
support.
just say, you can buy those $10 tickets. And last night, the top section was really full. Just walk
That's good.
down. Don't say I said anything.
Yeah. Move down. I'm saying it. Move down. They ain't got to be no secret.
You know, there was open seats. There was open
Thomas and Mac. They could do it over here at the dog.
But some people don't get down like that. They don't like to break any rules. I'm just saying,
I get all of that. And some people like their comfortable seats and they might like space. Because let me tell you something, COVID is still out there. I just want to see you in the seats and in the arena. So just be there. It ain't even got, you ain't even got to move down. Just be there and show up and support these ladies. The city could use it. We could use it, and they could definitely use it. You know what I mean? Like they're balling right now. We took the number 1 spot right now, so yeah.
Well, we're trying to get number 1 spot.
Oh,
we're 1 game back from the Sky, and we play the Sky tomorrow.
So this is a do or die game then for tomorrow.
If we want the number 1 spot.
Honestly, if they take the number 1 spot, that's fine. We'll go take the chip.
And you know what? Right as of right now, the Dream are 8, and I feel like we have a better chance getting the number 7 because I think it could be Mercury, and we've done better against the Mercury. I feel like sometimes.
Well, Diana Taurasi, what's her status report? Because she got hurt.
So she's out. She's out for this regular season, but if they make the postseason, they said they don't know when she could come back.
Absolutely,
she still has a chance of coming back.
So we don't know.
There's still 5 teams that are trying to vie for those last 2 playoff spots.
It's 8
the Wings the Wings got 5, and then there's still 3 more, or the Wings, and I can't remember who else. But so you've got like Mercury, Lynx, Dream, all trying to get a spot in these playoffs, and it's gonna be kind of close. So and then Sunday, watch out, and thanks to Cassandra, I think they had a whole article on LV Sportsnet. Is that
that's her?
Yeah, they're because the Raiders have their first official preseason game. Sunday at Allegiant Stadium at 1:10 or 1:25. The Aces play at noon. So depending on how many people are actually going to be, coming to either one, it's going to be nutso down there to park.
Really is.
Especially at MGM or in the MGM properties. So make sure you plan ahead. Try and get there early. At least when the Aces game gets out, they'll be fully into the Raiders game. We won't have too much traffic getting out, but it's going to be a big game for them. So it'll be good. It was the Liberty too. Liberty and Sparks.
Oh, Liberty. Okay. And speaking of Liberty, shout out to Serena Ayahuasca. What a beast. Okay, and she's young, and so let me just warn everybody that she's just starting. Like we've only just begun, like the song.
And her team ain't even great. No, you know what I mean?
But she is, and I can see trade for her too. I don't see her staying with the Liberty either after postseason. Maybe one more season, depending on her contract. But I think I could see a immediate trade for her.
So she's the first player in WNBA history to get 200 rebounds and 200 assists in one season.
I know. That's crazy. That's a Mamba mentality.
This is like her third season, but the second one she's played because she didn't play all, So Mamba mentality for sure.
Yeah.
Big shout out to her.
Definitely.
It's big.
Yeah.
We're also officially now in full football season. As of right now and this weekend, there will be no more football-less weekends to go until after the season.
Yeah, I know you're happy. So. I'm happy. I'm actually excited.
I'm excited.
I'm ready
for it. Yeah. I'm just ready to see football. I'm ready to have Sundays and watch games and Thursdays, Mondays, even college games on Saturdays.
I was at Circa last night and I picked up all the sheets. I picked up Super Bowl predictions. I picked up playoff predictions. I picked up divisional predictions. I picked up preseason predictions. I picked up everything off of those sheets down at Circa's sportsbook. Yeah,
I may have to go down there and check it.
Yeah, check it out.
I feel like I definitely want to try and get to Circa's pool because, I know it's heated all year round, but I want to go out there when it's still warm and watch football.
Yeah, it's just so shady at those pools.
Well, you know me. I'm not worried about shade, but
you don't need no shade. You don't need. So the
Seahawks are playing at the Steelers 4:00 on Saturday. Vikings are here in Las Vegas against the Raiders 1:00 on Sunday.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I haven't watched. I'm watching it tonight, but Hard Knocks came out last night. And I just want to show one video from because I just thought there was tons of videos that are in clips where people are showing like there was there's that rookie Aiden Hutchinson that was performing Billie Jean. The whole team got into it, and that was pretty cool. And you saw like a who was it? There was a speech by Jamal Williams at the end of practice.
Right.
Very emotional because he was like, I don't, if you don't want to be ready to quit, just think of last season.
Yeah.
You also had TJ Hawkinson who saw like somebody dressed in his full uniform in the fans area and was like, yo, maybe I can just, get my stunt double in here. But this one I thought was hilarious. It was between the running backs coach, Deuce Staley, and then the defensive coordinator, Aaron Glenn. And no matter if they're on the same team or not, they're on opposing sides. And it was pretty fun to watch.
Why are you circling me, though?
I'm sorry. Huh?
Why are you circling me?
That's what the vultures do. They just keep circling.
I truly love him.
Yes, love.
But I want to him up between the lines. I'm going to tell you straight up.
Yeah, AG is starting right here, baby.
And dudes, you're absolutely right.
Ain't no doubt.
You want something, we're going to give you something.
Yeah, well, we're going to take it.
We want something, we're going to give you something. We're going to give you everything you want. Let's go, man, compete. I'll compete them. They'll talk.
Stop the screen.
5-yard route.
Stop the screen. Oh,
you
great. Stop the screen.
Route.
Great. Stop the screen.
You want to talk
I'm happy for you.
5-yard route.
I'm happy for you.
You should be.
Yeah, you stop the screen. I ain't heard you all.
Hey,
Now you woke up. You forgot to tell them we playing today. You forgot to tell them we playing today.
Y'all had a
that's hilarious.
It reminds me like a couple of uncles at the barbecue or something, like over the grilling technique.
Oh my God, not the uncles.
Seen.
You got uncles like that? Not the uncles.
I haven't seen anybody on all the Hard Knocks that I watched, like coaches, having that kind of, back and forth with each other. So
yeah, it kind of reminds me of a good little sibling thing too amongst brothers. Yeah.
It was good.
So very good. Okay, so we're less than 30 seconds away. I've got to jet. Let's give our girl power shout out real quick.
Yes.
And we will see everybody next week with a full hour. We'll go over sneakers. I'm over the sneakers, but we'll talk about that next week, and you'll know why.
But let's
give a shout out to this lovely lady.
Yeah. Definitely to Serena. Yes. She refuses to say retiring, but she says that she's evolving away.
I like that term. She needed to evolve away a while back. It's about time.
Yeah. I think it's good. She wants to, she wants to focus on being a mom, spiritual goals, discovering who she really is, and the Serena outside of tennis, basically.
And she had a very hard time letting go, which it was very evident that she did.
Well, it's all
she
she's known.
That in her article,
it's all she knows
in the Vogue, because that's all she knew. But the thing of it is you've got young people beating the brakes off of you, embarrassing you. You're not even making it past the first round. Do you really want to end your legacy like that with 27 Grand Slam titles? Like, no.
Well, she's got one more left, the U.S. Open. After that, she's calling it quits. And then one other girl power I just want to shout out to Nafisa Collier, who returned to the game on Sunday, her first game this season, because she just gave birth 3 months ago.
Wow.
And she's back in it.
Wow.
That's major girl power.
That is major girl power. Yeah, being a woman, that's what we do. Strong woman.
Hello. Yeah, strong woman giving birth and being back. And they were talking to her in an interview about just the kind of training she had to totally adjust, because like your bones, your joints are all different. You got to really work and change around. But so congrats to her. Okay. We will see you guys at the games over the course of the next few days. We'll see you next week here, and we'll be back for our full episodes next week. So thank you. Mo, have a good afternoon, evening. Okay.
Right. We're out.